Hey there, and welcome. We're so glad you are here. Let's start with something you probably know. Your attention is everywhere, except where you want it to be. You are in a meeting, but mentally making your grocery list. You are talking to someone, but already planning your response. You are working, but checking notifications every 3 minutes. Here is what most people do not realize. This constant mental splitting drains energy. Your brain burns roughly 20% of your body's total energy. And when your attention jumps around, that drain intensifies. You end the day exhausted, even without physical demands. But here's the good news. Over the next 7 days, we are teaching you a skill that changes everything. It's called mindfulness. And it is not about emptying your mind or sitting cross legged for hours. It's about training your attention like a muscle so you can be present for moments that matter. Think of it this way: if your attention is scattered, you are living in 20 places at once, but not really anywhere at all. When you train that attention, you get your mental energy back. You feel calmer, sharper, more in control. We have designed this as a practical protocol. No fluff, just techniques backed by neuroscience you can start using today. By the end, you'll have tools that make focus and presence feel natural instead of forced. We will explore why your mind wanders and what's happening in your brain when it does. So let's get started. Your attention is your anchor. Let's learn how to use it. Let's talk about what happens when you stick with this. Mindfulness isn't just a quick fix, it is a long term investment in your brain's architecture. Here's the science: when you practice focused attention constantly, you are strengthening specific neural pathways. Think of it like going to the gym. The first few days you lift weights, it's hard, your muscles are not adapted, but after weeks of consistency, those same weights feel lighter. Your muscles have changed. Your brain works the same way. Each time you catch your wandering mind and bring it back to focus, you are strengthening the neural circuits responsible for attention control. Over time, sustaining focus becomes easier, not because you are trying harder, but because your brain has physically adapted. Research shows that people who practice mindfulness for just 8 weeks show measurable changes in brain structure. Areas associated with attention, emotional regulation, and self awareness actually get denser. At the same time, areas associated with stress show reduced activity. But here's what really matters: these changes are cumulative. The longer you practice, the more stable your attention becomes. Tasks that used to feel mentally exhausting, like staying focused during a long meeting or resisting the urge to check your phone, start feeling natural. We have worked with students who, after 6 months of consistent practice, report something surprising. They do not have to try to be present anymore, it becomes their default state. The constant mental noise that used to dominate their days, it's still there sometimes, but it is no longer in control. This is the power of neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself based on how you use it. And attention is one of the most trainable cognitive abilities we have. Your brain changes based on what you practice, so choose wisely. Quick recap: consistent mindfulness practice physically changes your brain through neuroplasticity. strengthening attention circuits and reducing stress pathways, making focus and calm progressively easier over time. Ever notice how your mind just wanders? One moment you are focused, the next you are replaying yesterday's conversation or planning dinner. It feels random, but there is a clear reason this happens. Your brain has something scientists call the default mode network. Think of it like your mind's screensaver. It kicks in automatically whenever you are not actively focused. This network handles daydreaming, self reflection, and planning. It is not bad. It helps you solve problems and be creative. But here's the catch: when this network runs constantly, it becomes mental noise. Studies show most people spend nearly 47% of their waking hours with minds wandering. That is almost half your life spent somewhere other than the present moment. This comes with costs. Research shows a wandering mind correlates with decreased happiness, not because of what you are thinking about, but simply because you are not present. Plus, all that mental jumping drains cognitive energy, making everything feel harder. The good news: you can quiet this noise. Mindfulness trains different brain areas, those responsible for attention and awareness. When you practice even brief moments of focused attention, you are strengthening neural pathways that help you stay present. Think of it like this: your default mode network is a loud radio constantly playing. Mindfulness doesn't turn it off completely. You need that radio sometimes, but it gives you the volume knob. You decide when to listen and when to tune it out. That is a real control. It starts with understanding that distraction isn't a personally flaw, it is just how your brain works. Now we are going to teach you how to walk with it instead of against it. Quick recap: your brain's default mood network creates mental noise. Mindfulness trains your attention to quiet that noise and bring you back to the present.